the reaction forces already. What they didn't tell us is the directions of them. So I need to do that first. This would cause rotation this way. This would cause rotation the opposite direction. Ooh. So which way does this one go? Well, 50 would be times 5, so that'd be a 250 moment. And this 100 would be times 2, so that'd be a 200 moment. The 250 is bigger, so I need to go down here. I need to go counterclockwise. So it's important to make sure I got down there. And that's my RFAY, which they said was 10 pounds. And they said CX is 50. And we know that that would have to go to the left because it has to counter that 50 going right. And we know that if we have 10 going down, 100 going down, then this one's going to be 110 going up. So after we get that beautiful stuff, we've got to create free body diagrams of each joint. So I've got member BE, I've got member BD, I got member AB. I've got member AB down here also. And I've got the 10-pound reaction force that actually is going up. Sorry, down. I don't know why I started drawing it up. 10 pounds. And I've got member AD. So over here at D, I got AD. And I've got BD. And I've got DE. And I've got CD. And I think that's all those. At C, I also have CD. I have 50 pounds going to the left. I have 110 pounds going up. I have member CF. And I have member CE. Up at F, I've got CF. I've got 50 going to the right. And I've got EF. And at E, I have EF. I have 100 pounds pushing down. I have member DE. And I have member CE. And I have member BE. Run around real quick. Just make sure you got all the reaction forces. Make sure you have the action forces as well, because they're easy to forget. All right. Now, I didn't put on the distances, but they're up here, so I can always figure those out if I need them. Pick the easy joint to start at, and most people would say that's A or F, and I would agree with both of them. Either one works. So at A, I want to make sure my ups at A equal my downs at A. And at A, I've got 10 going down, so something has to go up, and the only thing that can be is AB. So I know AB is going to be 10 pounds going up. All right. And if it's 10 there, it's going to be 10 here, but going down. And that means that it is in tension. Very good. AD, my rights at A have to be equal to my lefts at A. And that means that AD is going to be 0 because they have nothing else that can oppose it. So it is neither tension or compression. All right, let's jump over to F. At F, our rights have to be equal to our lefts at F. And I've got 50 going to the right. So that means that EF needs to be going to the left and be 50. 50-50. My ups at F have to be equal to my downs at F, and that means that CF is going to be 0. I don't have anything for CF, so it is neither. And this one, I transferred to the next, and that means it's also in tension. All right. Now, what do I want to do? I guess I can do B is probably the next easiest one. So let's do B. All right. And so at B, I know that my ups have to be equal to my downs at B. And I've got AB is 10 going down. And that means that BD has to be 10 going up. So that's BD's Y force is 10 going up. My rights have to be equal to my lefts at B. and BE and BD. Well, I just said BD is going up, so that means it's going to the left. So BE has to go right, and I know that BD in the X is going to be equal to BE, but I don't know what it is. And this is where, when we get to this place, we like to draw a triangle representing BD. And we know BD has an X component that's equal to BE and has a Y component that is 10. What else do we know about BD? Well, we have this angle here we can use, but I personally don't like to do that. I personally like to use similar triangles, 3 feet, 5 feet. Now, you might not like that, so you might actually say, all right, sine 59.036 equals 10 over BD, and you'd solve for BD that way, and you'd do tangent of that angle equals 10 over BD in the X, and you'd figure out what BD in the X is. I'm going to just figure out BD in the X by using similar triangles that keep the ratio. 10 over 5 equals BD in the X over 3, right? Cross multiply and divide. 5 times BDX equals 30. Divide by 5. And I know that BDX is 6. All right, BD in the X is 6. So now I know BD in the X is 6. So that tells me BE is 6, right? So let's get back into the pink. And we'll say BE is 6. And that means it's going to be 6 over here as well. And they're going in towards each other, which means it's in tension, right? All right. BD, I know BDX is 6, and I know BDY is 10. So BD is going to be the square root of 6 squared plus 10 squared. What is that, 136? What's the square root of 136? I believe it's 11.66 repeating. Yes? Not repeating. .66. Yeah, we'll just go with just 66. That's fine. Not repeating though. So BD is 11.66. That means it's 11.66 here. And since it's drawn towards the joint there, it will be here as well. And that means it's in compression. All right. Where to next? I think we should come down here to D. And at D, the forces going up at D have to be equal to the forces going down at D. And we know BD in the Y. How much is BD in the Y? Oh, yeah, it's 10. And it's going to be going down, which we found before. That means that the only other Y force that exists is DE. So DE has to be 10. And it has to go up, which means up here it goes down and is 10. And that means it's in tension. My left's at D equal my right's at D. We just keep repeating the same things over and over again. I have BD in the X, right? And we know that is going to the right. And AD is 0, so it's going to be equal to CD. And CD is going to go to the left. And so what is BD in the X? Well, we found it was 6. So we can just go ahead and say CD is 6. And if it's going to the left here, it's going to go to the right here. All right, let's do C. We still need to find CE. I think that's the only one we have left. So at C, the ups have to be equal to the downs at C. And I've got 110 going up. And I've got nothing coming down except CE in the Y. So CE in the Y is going to be 110. That means it's going down and it's going right. The rights have to be equal to the lefts at C. And I've got 6 going to the right. I've got 50 going to the left. So my CE in the X needs to be going to the right as well. And that tells me CE in the X is going to be 44. If I know CE in the X and CE in the Y, well, then I can make a triangle and solve. 44, 110. I'll do Pythagorean theorem to figure out what CE is. 110 squared plus 44 squared. And the square root of 110 squared plus 44 squared is 118.47. That's my CE, and we know CE is 118.47 in compression. Thank you for watching as always. Punch that like button and ring that bell and holler at